Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. And today we're gonna switch it up and go with some Red Yellow Belo Betty, so revolutionary package, because this deck actually got some new tools in OP09 in the terms of like this yellow revolutionary cards. Now, the list that you see here in the screen, like sometimes, right, I like to tinker around and come up with my own deck list. Other times, I just gotta trust the experts, right? And this list here comes from a player called BlackHoleCole, who I posted on Reddit letting us know that he actually reached rank 1 with Belo Betty in TCG matchmaking rank games, right? And this is the main list that he used. He did have another list as well that was kind of more catered to play around like Lucy, but this is like the main list, and it's also the list that still has the highest win rate as well in OPBounty. So it's like so good. It's so good to play this list, and that's why I would try it out. No reason for me to change anything on it. Now, so Belo Betty. This deck has been around obviously since OP05. Now, when we got it in OP05, you had like obviously like just the OP05 revolutionary cards, and since then we have been kind of slowly getting some revolutionary cards in both red and yellow over the last few sets, right? We got this Ivankov in OP06, right? We had the Race Mats in OP06, we got the Dragon in OP07. And then just recently in OP09, we got this yellow OP revolutionary cards, which kind of allows us to play this deck list that is like 50 cards, I guess 51 if you count the leader, 51 cards, just revolutionary cards. And you could do that before and get to 51 cards, but you were not playing like actual good revolutionary cards. This time we can actually fill out the rest of our deck list with cards that are really, really good. Like these two cards are really, really good revolutionary cards to add to this deck list, because the two new additions to this deck is a blocker that can be triggered from a life, which can be really good when you like if you trigger off of life. It can be amazing at keeping yourself alive if the opponent is going for lethal, or sometimes just putting it down on the field to force the opponent to have to spend down to remove it could be exactly what you need to survive and have enough counter to survive. And the other one is a 2k counter that's also a unit that you can actually play from your life, which is kind of crazy, right? So this is a 2k counter trigger, 5k body as well, which can be really sweet as well to hit it from your trigger. So you end up getting two cards that are really good additions to this deck, because they're cards that you can hit from triggers that actually have impact in the flow of the game. Now, the thing you have to watch out for this though is that both of these cards require the total of yours and your opponent's life to be 5 or less, which means that this will not trigger if you have 3 life and the opponent has 3 life, because that's a total of 6. So this is why it's important to, be as aggressive as you can early on, or don't be afraid to take damage early on, because it helps you set up for these triggers to be enabled. And in general, you don't mind taking damage because you do have other trigger cards like Limber, Kuma, and Morley, which you can play from your life. Usually, like this version of the deck is not really playing for these triggers, to be honest, but it's nice to have them when you do hit them. So those are the new cards here. The rest of the cards is what make Belo Betty really tick. So what does this leader do? Once per turn, you can trash one revolutionary card from your hand. And again, because our whole deck is revolutionary cards, it means like even if our hand is empty, our next draw is always going to be a revolutionary card, which means that we can leave the field, like spend our cards protecting the board, knowing that in the next turn we're guaranteed to draw a revolutionary card that we can trash and use their effect. You give character up to 3 characters in the field 3,000 power. That's so crazy. No, it doesn't cost you any Dawn. It doesn't cost you anything except for just 1 card from your hand. And you give the equivalent of 9 Dawn spread out to 3 units in your board. And that ends up letting you put so much aggression into the opponent, because then it becomes really hard for the opponent to be able to defend against these 7, 8, 9 cost bodies that are just attacking them every single turn, right? So that's the main thing here. So what is the strategy with Belo Betty, right? As you can see, she needs to have a board, right, to be able to actually put pressure. So this deck list kind of like floods the board in a way to try to get us to have 3 units on the field when we actually use her effect. So this is where the 2 Ivankovs come into play and why they end up being so good and end up being 4-0s in this deck. The 5 cost Ivankov, when you play him, you get to look at the top 3 cards of your deck and just play out a 5,000 power or less revolutionary card, which most of your deck is 5,000 or less, right? Like literally your whole deck, except for Dragon and other Ivankovs, is 5,000 or less. So this is never gonna whiff for you. you're always going to have something that you can play from this, letting you have 2 bodies on the field. Sometimes you can even high roll and get this second Ivankov, which is the other way that we get to flood the board. Because with this Ivankov, when you play this Ivankov and you give him the leader effect to get it up to 8k, when this character has 7k or more power, once per turn, you can actually summon another unit from your hand that has 5k power or less. So the idea with this Ivankov is that you're able to, again, play 2 bodies on the field. Usually what you end up doing is that, like, let's say you're going second, right? Let's say you're going second and you go Belo Betty and race mats on your first turn when you have 2 done. On your second turn when you have 4 done, you can play this Ivankov, then use your leader ability, giving that race mats, the Belo Betty, and the Ivankov, all of them 3k power. And then with Ivankov, you can go ahead and cheat out something else. If it's a Karasu, it's even better, because now it means you have 3 5k attacks into the opponent being a 4k leader, right? Which ends up being really amazing. Or if it's not Karasu, obviously you can set up something like a Limburg, you can set up something like a Morley, right? Or even like playing out the Skooma if you have nothing better to set yourself up for future turns. The idea is that by the end of the turn, you're going to have Ivankov plus another unit that are still active, and your race mats and your Belo Betty, while they're not active, you know, they did their job. They did their job, and it still forced the opponent to either take life or give you 1k counters, right? So that's why this Ivankov is so good. This Ivankov can actually search this Ivankov as well. So if you do high roll into that, you're able to go for like 3 units on the board for the cost of just 5 Dawn, and obviously your leader effect to get this up to an 8k. Or if you have the 2 Dawn left over, you can always put 2 Dawn here and use this effect with fine using your leader effect. So ends up being really good. So those are the main engines of this deck, just letting us flood the board so that we have the units in the field to use our leader ability. The rest of the cards are just really good revolutionary cards, right? And like honestly, like they just get us value in different ways. Inazuma is amazing because Inazuma ends up being a rusher. So if for some reason you don't have 3 bodies on the field, let's say you only have 2 bodies on the field, you can always play Inazuma as your 3rd body and then use your leader effect to give Inazuma plus the other 2 cards the 3k power from your leader. And now you have other bodies that are going to have 7k or more power. So now the Inazuma ends up being having rush. So you ended up summoning a 7k rusher for just 3 down, which is amazing. And what Inazuma ends up being really good here to letting just finish games. Karasu is another MVP of this deck. Because the Karasu puts the opponent's leader or one of their units if you wanted to focus on board, but usually you're putting this on the leader. It makes their leader be a 4k leader or a 5k leader if you're going against something like Red Purple Luffy, which now them being a 4k makes your attacks even more efficient, which is going to demand 2ks out of them, even if you're only doing like little 5k attacks, which again is why I said that if you know on that ideal turn of going second where you open up with 2 1-drops into Ivankov and Karasu, you end up demanding the opponent to give you 2ks, or they're going to be taking the 5/5/5 from your leader and the 2 1-drops that you're going to play, which is amazing. And not only that, this is not only on play, but it's also when attacking. So next turn, if the opponent doesn't get rid of the Karasu, you get to do it all over again and have your Karasu make their leader be a 4k leader, which is amazing. Koala is just a nice 2k counter, but can also give 3k minus 3k to the opponent, which can synergize nicely with Limber if you need to be able to get rid of one of the opponent's units. Kuma is actually pretty good as well. Obviously, it's a trigger card, but also it lets you KO an opponent's 2k or less unit. Kuma ends up being really nice against stuff like Doflamingo because with race mats or with Koala, you can put any of their 5k bodies down to 2, which Kuma lets you KO it. Belo Betty, an auto include because of her search capability, letting you search for your engines here or something else that you might need. Only 3 Morleys. Honestly, like a lot of times you don't actually get to use his effect of when attacking, but he is a trigger unit, so it's kind of nice there. And just another 5k body. Don't be afraid to trash this though if you're not going against something that has meaningful blockers. Limburg is really good because it lets us KO cards that have 3k or less power, so this is really good to get around like Rebecca blockers, for example, or any little blockers that the opponent might have, or sometimes just popping their searchers so that the opponent doesn't have the searchers to attack into your race mats and your Belo Betty. Like sometimes it's actually kind of cool to just use this to like pop like their little cantrips so that you don't have to worry about them attacking into this, and you're forcing them to have to use their leader to attack into Belo Betty or race mats. We have the race mats, really good card, giving minus 3k to help with the limber, or just in general let us attack. Like if you're going against a bounty, for example, you can use this on their 8 cost kid, and now it's going to be a 5k bounty, and you just can attack into it more efficiently. And then dragon, 3 of dragon, big rusher, right? As we have 8 done, and kind of serves the same purpose as Inazuma, a little bit more expensive, of course, where if you only have 2 bodies on the field, you can play dragon as your 3rd one, or even if you only have 1, you can play dragon as your 2nd or 3rd body and be able to give both bodies on the field the leader ability, plus give the 2 down to like your leader, for example. That way you have like a 7. Let's say that your other body is a limber, right? That way you have a 7, 8, and a 9, right? That you can attack into the opponent. Or if you're like a 9 or 10 down, you can go 8, 9, and 9 and put a lot of pressure that way. And dragon ends up being really good finisher because it's hard for the opponent to attack into dragon because of his 9k body stats, right? And it's not that difficult to defend it with your 2k counters. And then of course we talked about these 2 cards and why they are so good in OP09 and why it has made Belo Betty an actual deck in OP09. Like Belo Betty has been like fringe, right? It has been like decent, but it was kind of easy to play around Belo Betty because they used to play a more like trigger-oriented deck list. But now that they have like these extra revolutionary cards, they can just put the aggression even without relying on triggers. So it's harder for the opponent to just play around them by not attacking into you. And these cards help you out a lot in doing that as well. Again, you know, a blocker, and then another 5k body that can also be a 2k counter, or sometimes can be a trigger for your body. So that's the deck list here. Very straightforward. Like honestly, you build this deck list by just searching revolutionary and adding all the revolutionary that kind of you think might make sense. Some cards that didn't make the cut here are stuff like the 6 cost Koala, the new one from Yellow, and she's decent, right? And I have seen BlackHoleCole play it in their other deck list. But you know, I think it's just, this version just feels more consistent and more fast of what Belo Betty wants to do, which is just rush the opponent down and just make the opponent not be able to breathe, which ends up being kind of being super crazy here, right? So, but anyways, that's the deck list, and we're gonna have 2 videos of Belo Betty over the next 2 days, as always. Today's games are gonna be, I think we're gonna start against Purple Luffy. We're gonna have 2 games against Shanks, 2 games against Black Yellow Luffy. Just a variety of matchups, just to kind of give you guys an idea of how to pilot this against some of these meta decks that you're still gonna run into. So hope you enjoy the game soon, and if you do, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post One Piece videos every single day. Enjoy the games. In this match, we're gonna against Purple Luffy. I think this should be a decent matchup for us, right? But just to go first, I am going second, but I don't have a 1-drop. I think I have to mulligan for the 1-drops. So we get the perfect start, right? That law is really good for them too, though. That's a really good law. Very, very good law. What if we actually just... What if we go here? Not what I wanted. We already have an Ivankov here. I don't mind playing the Ivankov out. What if we go like this, right? And I think I'm gonna kill that law. Force the opponent to attack into me. Into my, like, force the opponent to, I guess I don't mind the opponent attacking into my life, right? So maybe we don't have to play this guy over here. Like, I could go Karasu right now and just set up the Karasu. But then I'm not really having any board next turn, right? So, like, it also kind of feels kind of weird. This is interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's go for it. Let's just force the lives or the 2k counters out of their hand. Do I give them 1 Ivankov here? I think I will. I'm just gonna go 5, 5, and 5. If they're gonna give me all the 2k counters, that's okay. This is a lot of value here if the opponent gives me just all 2ks. I get it. You don't want to go down low, but like that's just 3 2ks that we took by playing this Karasu out versus taking out 3 1ks. Now the opponent could have just had a bunch of 2ks, which could also be fair. That's okay. You're not attacking with your Luffy Taro. I know that for sure. That's a good way to get rid of Karasu though. Yeah, I mean I like it. I like that. So we can take next turn off, I guess. I don't like that attack by them, but he ends up not punishing them. We can take next turn off. As I say that, I think I have to go here. How do I want to do this? Next turn we have 8, right? So I mean, we could go dragon, so it's not like we need a 3rd unit. We could go here to pop that, or we can just, again, we can just go here and just have a big attack. Do I need the dragon, or do I just want to go for like Inazuma instead? I'm gonna go like this. I'm just gonna have the 5k battery. This is gonna be another 2k, so it's gonna be 2k number 4. No? Oh, they're just gonna take the life. So that tells me no more 2ks. This is now risky for them. I mean, any trigger that I get is gonna be really problematic. They get the Onami, so they're gonna get a blocker. I don't want to take that much damage though. I think I want to keep myself with just these 2 cards here. Or maybe honestly, because I don't want to just die next turn if the opponent does have the lethal. They're gonna attack me here anyway, so let's take this one. Yeah, we don't get it. Because this is gonna be a risk for us to die next turn. But maybe not, because the opponent went for the Onami. I could actually potentially survive this. If I just grab another, if I get a trigger here, I have to go for lethal next turn. We have 8 Dawn, but it has 2 life, but it has 7 cards, 1 blocker. No matter what, I think I'm dying next turn. I think no matter what, I'm dying. Oh, whoa. Okay, so that completely changes the math now. So we just go like this, right? I mean, we can also go dragon and have an extra attacker. So is it better for me to go dragon and Karasu, or for me to go Karasu and use my Dawn instead? This is 9. Put 2 down here. We go 7, 9, 8, 8, 9. I think I like the dragon, to be honest. I think I like the dragon a lot, and we're just gonna go here. I'm gonna go like this, pop this, and this is a 7. And this is gonna be a 2k, 2k, which the opponent's not gonna have, right? So this is gonna be 8, 8, and then 9 and 9. That was such a good top deck. Yeah, our opponent has given me so many 2ks as well that I don't think they can have this. Like, this is a lot. Oh, they actually have it. No, they don't. Okay, I was gonna say, if they had the Gungam Giant, maybe. But because they didn't have the Gungam Giant, that Karasu was just so nasty. And we didn't hit any triggers, which is fine. Not a lot of our deck actually doesn't have trigger cards. But it's still, you know, we could have high roll, right? We could have high roll, so GG's. In this match, we're gonna against Luffy. And I'm just gonna go first, more than anything to deny them going first. I like this hand. We have the Belo Betty Searcher. We can have a 3-drop that we could play. And then we can go for like a 5-drop here. I don't mind this. Do we grab the 2k counter, or do we grab the second blocker? Assuming that we're gonna attack with this first blocker. I guess I don't mind having the 2k counter. It's also a bigger body anyways. And we'll attack for 5 and play this Karasu. And again, we'll just set up. Hopefully we get something with Ivankov, like another Ivankov that we can play into it. I wish we had the Karasu a turn later, right? So we'll get the 1k here. We'll go Karasu here. And we'll just pass. So here we're looking for Inazuma or... Okay, I mean, I guess not trigger for me. Inazuma or the other Ivankov is the things that I'm looking for here. We don't get it. Okay. I do think I have to start trashing here, though. And we have to start going 5, 5, and then 7. Next time we still have 2 more attacks, right? And we can start playing Karasu out. Imagine if I had gotten the other Ivankov. I could have played this Karasu this turn, and this attack would have been 2k counters instead of just 1. Opponent's in a good position here where they don't have to use their leader effect. I mean, they have to use it now if they want to go for... If they want to go for Luffy Tower, they have to use it now. Okay, triple Karasu. Yeah, so this is going to be Luffy Taro. There it is. Into Sangoro. That's pretty good for them. Do we risk it? I think we risk it. Didn't get what I wanted. Still. Which kind of sucks, actually. We'll go like this. We can go 7. I guess we have multiple 7s at least, right? So we can go 7, 7, 7, and 9. Opponent's gonna go to at least... Opponent actually might actually go to 0 here. Or at least 1, right? They'll go to at least 1 and we'll still have this guy. Okay, so this tells me they're gonna go to 0. If you didn't block that 7, you're not blocking this 9 either. So they're going to 0 here. We're still gonna have 2k, 2k, 1k, 1k, 1k. So I'm still feeling pretty good here. Regardless if the opponent tries to go lethal into us. We have seen enough Karasus that I don't think we have a Karasu in our trash. 1, 2, 3. I want to keep this Ivankov. It's a bigger attacker. Really wish I had the 4-cost Ivankov at any point in this game. Like, it would have been so much better for us. But I think keeping this Ivankov is also pretty good. Opponent has to go for blockers here. But if they play 1 blocker... I'm not playing double Karasu next time. Yeah, so this is going to be 1 blocker here. And then we're still going to have 3 attacks. And they keep it enough for the giant. Alright, so... I mean, I guess technically this 4 just makes it so it's the same thing as putting a Dawn here, here, and here, right? It's the same thing as putting a Dawn on all 3 units. So at that point, it's more efficient for me to just attack, right? So we go, these are both gonna be 9. We have 9, 10, 10, 10, 11, 11. So these are 9, 9, 9, 11, 11, 11, 11, and a 10, right? Yeah, I mean, let's go for it. You have it, you have it. So blocker blocks on 11. And I guess the giant is gonna block the other one. So now I wish I had that dragon. It would have been better if I had that dragon this turn. To have an additional attacker. Or an Inazuma would have been really good too. Or even a Kuma, right? To KO the blocker. There's so many cards I could have gotten here to punish this blocker. So giant. Yeah, you just go giant, right? Giant and then 2k, 1k. You don't have the giant. Okay, so they were just baiting the giant out. This is the card that I wanted early on. Because if I had that card early on and set up the Karasu, opponent would have just not been able to do anything. So GG's. In this match, we're going against Purple Luffy. And this is honestly one of our better matchups. Because they take their own life, which helps us out. And we just get to put so much stuff on them. Opponent chooses to go second. I actually like this Kuma because he can KO the Nami blocker. If we keep that in mind. The rest of my hand doesn't look amazing though. But I think I'm going to keep it anyways. And just go like this. Sure. Try to debate here. Because I could go 5 and just put the Slimberg with the Ivankov. Even if it means losing a card here. We're just gonna go like this. We're not gonna attack with that race match just yet. I wanna make it so that I can kill their thing next turn, right? Now next turn, we can go Karasu, or I mean, probably has to be Ivankov, right? I don't want to be in a situation where I'm just dying quickly. So I think I'm down to give them this blocker and then just go this Ivankov next turn. Maybe we're not playing this Karasu, right? We're just going to play Sangoro here. That's a crazy race match. So again, this race match, this Limber will be able to kill this Zoro, right? Because it's going to get it down to 3. And this can KO at 3k. We can go here and see what we get, I guess. Blocker is pretty good. Now, the annoying part here is that I would love to play Karasu first. But I guess we can go here. We can go here for 5. Use it, then go for the Karasu. No matter what, we're gonna get rid of this sword. I guess we can get rid of the... It might be better to actually get rid of the Sangoro. Now that I think about it. Yeah, it might be better to actually get rid of the Sangoro. We'll go like this, play this out, go here. And then this way we go for 6, which is forcing a 2k, 1k. Then we go 8 and 8. Killing the Sangoro, because it's got 3k, so this can kill it. And because this is a 4k... Yeah, it forces 2 cards. 2 2ks. That's actually crazy. Yeah, we get rid of the Sangoro so that the opponent doesn't get the draw. And we go here for 8. Now, we have a blocker, and we have a 2k and a 1k. So I'm feeling pretty good surviving here. And the next time, opponent just loses the game, right? Like, they should literally be losing the game next time. I can let them have this. Because I can always play out this Kuma to KO like a Nami blocker. And maybe that's why they... Like, I want them to get baited into... I want them to get baited into attacking... Into just playing out like blockers like that, right? Well, not the right blocker, I guess. It's a better... I mean, the opponent has access here to Gungam Giant. So is it better for me to go wide by playing this dragon? I think it is. I think I'd rather go wide by playing the dragon out. And we can leave this Karasu for last as well. Let's go like this. Let's go here, here, and here. So this is literally forcing the giant regardless. Giant plus another card. By going wide, I'm able to kind of better play around this blocker and giant by just having a bunch of like more smaller attacks, I think. Because now it's an 8, 7, 7, 9, and 9, right? Into a 4k body, by the way. So like each of these 7s is demanding double 2k. Or demanding that Gungam Giant. Opponent takes it. Yeah, so we go 7 here. This is going to be my last attack. Just in case. I want to make sure. Like, this is the best time for them to use Giant, right? Yeah, you go here. That's efficient as hell. You get for 6 cards. But you get a 9 here. And that's going to be 2k, 2k, 2k to beat the 9. Which is 3 cards. And then you have to have 2k, 2k, 2k to beat the next one. Or I guess you can have a blocker and then go 2k, 2k. So this has to be like all 2ks in their hand. Which is not impossible. But I also don't think it is likely. If they show me 2 1ks here, then that's it. Yeah, no, that's it. I mean, again, if this is double 2k, then they baited me perfectly. Nope, it was just double 1k. Yep. So, GG's. Yeah, I like the dragon there to finish it up because you give one an extra attacker. And going wider tends to be better against this deck than trying to go for some tall numbers. So, GG's. In this match, we're going against Black Yellow Luffy. And this could be a pretty crazy matchup. Really, what I need in this matchup is Karasu. We get the Karasu, and we have a pretty good hand with 1-drops and a way to fill the board with this Ivankov that I think I'm down to just chill here. We get the Ivankov as well, which lets me play the Karasu out. So we'll go like this. Hello, YouTube. We'll go like this. We'll just set up the board to go for like this really big attack, right? When we have the Karasu in the field to make them take more. The opponent gets the Egghead Luffy. We'll go for 5 here. It's a Karasu. Honestly, I might just play the Karasu out because it's just better than playing anything else. And then again, the problem here is going to be how are we putting pressure on them here? The Egghead Luffy being able to kill my Karasu can actually be a big deal. They don't want to attack into me, right? Which makes a lot of sense. I think because I have 3 attacks, right? So like, it's not like I'm getting them down that low either. What if we just set up one more turn? Yeah, what if we just set up one more turn and just chill? And I don't want to give them... I guess I could attack and give them the Egghead Luffy. If they go Egghead Luffy, I'm okay with that. Even if they kill this or this. Because I would still have 3 attacks. Next turn? Yeah, so I think I like the 5. I like the 5 here. Force them to take it or give me a card. I mean, I should have done it before I did my attack, by the way. But that's fine. So now they can go Egghead Luffy, right? They can go Egghead Luffy and kill this. But that means that they're not advancing their own win condition. And then next up, we're just going to go Ivankov into Karasu. And I like playing both out like this way. That way we have that Ivankov set up for future turns. To cheat out things out, right? Would have been amazing if we had another Karasu here, by the way. Then I would have left the opponent at 3 and then just done my thing. So the biggest thing here is that making them use as many cards as possible on my next attack. And this is getting there, right? Because, I mean, again, it depends on what the opponent does here. If the opponent doesn't kill any of these units, I'm not opposed to just going Karasu. Like, just hard play it. And I just give 3 to both of these. Oh, to all 3 of these, right? If the opponent kills one of these, then I do like... They can put the Egghead Luffy here then. And just get the removal that way while making the lady at 7. I like it. That's a way to go about it. The Hiyori was the punish there, right? Or they're gonna go Sabo instead. So now it lets them have the blocker plus still be at 7k. I remember they're gonna go down to 6, right? Because of the Karasu. And they just gave me a 2k by playing the Hiyori like that. So if we go Karasu, this goes to a 6k. We still have 3 Dawn. We can go 8, 7, 9, and 8. We go like this. So we go 7. Yeah, I mean, I like it. I think I like it, right? 7, 8, 8, and 9. This could be a 2k, right? They can go, but at least they're gonna be forced to give me the Sabo blocker, I think. I don't think they can afford to leave that Sabo on the field. Otherwise, if they keep the Sabo, they give me a lot of cards here. 2k, 1k, then another 2k, 1k. And then you block the 9. Yep. So 2k, 1k here, and I guess they can give me 2k, 2k. So they can give me 4 cards here. Okay. There we go for the 9. And again, it has to be 2k, 2k or the blocker. And they give me the blocker, which... The good thing about the blocker, it means that the opponent's probably not killing my whole board. The downside now is that I'm still in a awkward situation. They have to egghead the Karasu, right? So they have to egghead Luffy the Karasu. And they can probably go egghead Luffy and Sabo and go to 9. Because I don't have a second Karasu, the 9 is going to be actually very tough. But I guess I can just start... I mean, it is tough, but it's not the end of the world either, actually. Because it's going to be a lot of damage. Double egghead instead. That's crazy, because that leaves you with no blockers. You just... Don't you just lose? What am I missing here? You go to 9. We have 9 done. You're going to choose to stay at 7? Yeah, I mean... Blocker and alive. So 8, 7... So 9, 9, 9, 9. 9 is forcing 2 cards here. So 2k, 1k. I gave up my whole hand, right? So this is gonna be, now it's gonna be all or nothing, but the 999 is gonna be hard for them to beat. And this could actually be 2 10s now. Yeah, 10 and 10. Yeah, I like the 10 and 10. Because the 11 can be beat by... Yeah, the 11 can be beat by... Yeah, we go 10 and 10. This has to be exactly 2k, 2k, and they don't have it, right? So, it was kind of crazy. I mean, I get it, right? But I think going 9 was probably better, right? Just going double Rocket Luffy. They couldn't go for the Sabo, by the way, because they didn't have a baby Sabo. So that makes sense why they put the 2 Rocket Luffys on their life. Otherwise, you would have an easy just Rocket Luffy plus Sabo, and that makes more sense. So we just managed to put enough pressure and just whittle them down after that, right? So, GG's. In this match, we're going against Luffy. I'm going to go second. I want to try something out here. I know the Morley is not bad, right? Because the Morley lets me get through the blockers, but I think this ends up being slightly better here. I'm gonna go Ivankov, because what I want to do with this Ivankov is force out, like just force. Okay, so we can just, I mean, I'm down to go 5 here and just play Limburg out right now. We know we're gonna KO that Nami. An opponent being at 3 means that the Eke Luffy doesn't actually KO the Limburg, right? Okay. Okay, I mean, wow, that's actually crazy now. That's so crazy. So, I can go in Inazuma and have an even better attack, right? Or I could go Karasu and just set them up for next turn. So they can go up to, I think it has to be Karasu. Just force him to give me a ton of cards here. So we have to start with the 8 just because we have to get rid of this blocker. If the opponent has... Okay, now they just got a Sabo, so this is 5. So we go 5 here. That's a 2k. And then you're gonna be giving me 2k, 1k, 2k, 1k. So you have to give me 4 cards here to survive. No, they're gonna give me 3 cards here instead. They're gonna go Egghead Luffy. They have to keep a baby Luffy though, right? So yeah, they're gonna give me 3 cards. So they're gonna keep they're gonna have the baby here. They're gonna be able to go to 9. And now what we're looking for here is, and again, that's why I kind of like setting up the Karasu a bit. Yeah, they go Egghead into this one, or this one, I guess. Okay, yeah, makes sense too. And then Sabo, right? The opponent's at 9, which is, I mean, it's a lot, right? You are going for my life. That's interesting. I think I just go here. I think you just lose now because of that trigger. Alright, so if I go in Inazuma, that's 3 Dawn, but it gives me a better attacker than putting 2 Dawn here. There's gonna be 8, 8, and a 7. We can go 9, 9, 9. What if we don't think we're killing them? What if we just try to kill this Luffy? What I'm scared of here is a Rocket Luffy for the blocker. I guess I'm not killing. Well, I can kill it by just doing -1 on it. Like, I might have to go blockers here. Yeah, let's go like this. So this is gonna be a 5, I guess. This is so weird. This is a 5. This is 8, 8, 5. 5. Really, really weird. Really, really weird turn here. I just want to see if the opponent actually gives me the counters. Like, they cannot do that, right? They cannot give me the counters here. So we go 8. So now it depends whether the opponent has a baby Luffy in their hand. So it depends on whether the opponent has a baby Luffy to get the Egghead Luffy, right? Or Flame Split. What just happened? Flame Split? Flame Split. So if I attack for 8 here, it won't actually ended up working out because the opponent will have 1 less unit to block with. Or like my fear with going for 8 here is that the opponent could then split the attacks, right? I was never gonna play around Flame Split. Like, I don't care what you tell me, I've never seen this card in Black Yellow Luffy. So my thought was that, like, if I don't put the blocker, my thought was that the opponent could just go like split the Dawn here and kill us. I guess we can go up to 8. That was weird. GG's. In this match, we're going against Shanks, and this feels decent to me. Karasu is really good here because it kind of like more or less negates their leader ability. I don't like this hand. No, we don't have no search. Oh man, and the hand is slightly worse. No searchers and no Ivankovs. What am I supposed to do now, guys? Oh man. And they got the Loki rods too, which is really good for them. Wow, this sucks. This sucks. This is rough. Because they're gonna play Lucky Rods on their 5 down turn. and be able to just KO one of my units no matter what. Okay, Ivankov is not bad, I guess. But maybe not what we want to play right now. Like, maybe we just go here for 6. And we just play this Morley out. This is forcing at least a 1k from their hand anyways. We know what's coming, right? So no matter what, the opponent will be able to KO one of these attackers. You play... No, they didn't play the Lucky Rods. Interesting. Very, very interesting now. Very interesting. Does it actually make more sense for me to go Ivankov here instead of this Ivankov? Because I might prefer to look for the Karasu here. I guess let's go here first. If I get a Karasu here, which we didn't get, right? So if I had a Karasu, I would have been better off that way. I guess there's a good chance I can draw it here. Like, do I risk it? We don't get it. We don't get it here, so we just pass. And we're just going to be taking a ton of damage here now. When it's still at 5. This is so weird. They can go for a Ben Beckham here. I'm going to have to start countering. Yeah, Ben Beckham, you KO this one or this one. One of the two. Okay, they went for the Ivankov, which, interesting enough, could allow me to have some fun, right? I think because we have the Limber, we don't need to do that. But we don't have this... I mean, we can go here, right? To give this -3 and then be able to kill with Limber. Do I prefer to go for the Ivankov here first? Like, I might prefer to go Ivankov here. Just play out the Koala that way on top of one of these two. And then we still have 4 down to make our stuff better. Oh no, but by doing it this way, I'm gonna be using the leader effect here, right? So we definitely go here, -3 here, and attack it. So I think we trashed... What if we're trashing this Ivankov? So this is 5, 8, 8, right? We have 2 down for the Koala. We can go 8. We can go 8 4 times. Does that make more sense? I guess let's go 7 first. I kind of like the 7 first. Maybe one of these just is a 9. We're going 7, 8, 8, and 9. I definitely have to kill this Jazz of this turn. Okay, with the opponent using their leader effect here, I might just go another 7 here. And just go 2 9s with this, guys. Okay, they take it. Kill this guy, and then we go 9 here. Opponent goes to 2. The problem is going to be the Shanks coming down later, or if the opponent has like a Roger. I might not want to put them at 0. Like, I might want to hide behind this Karasu blocker and not put the opponent at 0. Rayleigh's a really good one because he lets them KO a card here. So they're now going to be down to just 2 units on the field. Okay. So now this is the interesting part that I have to make the decision on. We have so many 2k counters. Do we want to go Dragon and get them to 0? And the opponent has 1, 2, 3 attacks? If they play Shanks, they have 4 attacks, but I can counter out of the 5 and counter out of the 7 very easy. Can they? We can go 7, 9. I don't think I die. I think I literally go Dragon. I think I actually go Dragon. and just force the opponent to go down to 0. So this is 5, 7, and 6, right? So we can go 6 here and go 2 7s and a 9. I guess if one of these is like a count, opponent hasn't used their leader effect yet, so they can go leader plus a 2k, and they can have 2k, 1k. It's also going to be harder for them to kill this dragon, right? So there's a chance that this dragon can stay alive. So 2k, 1k here. Oh, 3, okay. I think I have to just go for it. And next turn we just have these 2 attacks, right? Even if they play Shanks here, I'm chilling. Alright, so this is where I need to do the math here. They have 10, so they can go 10, 10. Have 3 more down left over, so it could be a 11 and a 12. 7, 9, 11, 13. Seven, 9, 11, 13. So that beats the Shanks. And this beats the second Shanks attack. So I can actually take this one. Yeah, this is at 12. Yeah, no, we're chilling. I mean, you have to go all in. Yeah, you have to go all in. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. We had too many 2Ks in our hand for that to matter, right? So they did have the Shanks. Maybe they were thinking of keeping this Red Hawk, but all my units become higher than 4K, so the Red Hawk never makes sense, right? So yeah, so I just had to do the math last turn, knowing that I didn't need to have that Karasu blocker, and I could just play Dragon and just force the opponent to give me their whole hand, or go to 0, and they chose to give me their whole hand, which meant it was easy for us to just kind of finish the game, right? And this Dragon being a 9K is also hard for the opponent to kill into it. So yeah, GG's. In this match, we're going against Mr. Shanks. I go first just to deny them the... Oh, that's better. I wanted to deny them the... what's it called? The 7 drop. The Ben Beckett on curve, right? But I guess now I get hit by Gasp on curve, which not as bad, right? You know, it could be worse. We'll go like this and we'll pass. Okay, we still have too much life, right? So that's a good draw for them. It's a very good draw for them. Do I want to go Belo Betty or do I want to go Ivankov? Because I can go Belo Betty into this Ivankov instead and just choose exactly what I want to play out. This is interesting now, because the Inazuma is not going to do anything this turn, right? So probably has to just be this with the Ivankov. Yeah, just play out the Limburg. Yeah, maybe. We'll go here for 8, because this is the easy one for them to block. But they have to choose now whether they want to kill the Ivankov or kill this. I might actually, if they just kill this Ivankov right now, I might actually not attack and leave this race match for next turn. In combination with the Limber to KO like Yasuo, by the way. So this is the play here. We go 8. We'll go 5? I mean, it doesn't matter, right? I guess we'll go 5. Maybe the opponent doesn't use their leader effect, right? And we'll just end the turn right here. At least this way I can negate the block, right? By going race mats into the lucky roads. Kind of sucks losing this guy, but I think we have to let it go. That's so nasty. Man, that's so nasty. That is actually so disgusting. They'll all be able to KO 2 units here. I think we go for it. I think we go for it and we just slap this down. Into this, maybe? Oop, I need to trash a card. Almost forgot about that. I should have put... I think I have to go for it this way. I think I have to go for it this way and let the opponent KO the bodies that they want. The Lucky Rods is so good in this matchup for them. Like, it's giving them so much value, right? And now you get to kill another one. And maybe they kill the second. Okay, no, they went for the different Ivankov then, right? You can go 5 here. And we can just play out this Kuma here. So I don't want to let them just get this value. Now, the downside with playing Kuma here is that the opponent could attack into this Limburg next turn. But they probably want to play Ben Beckham. I guess they could play out... They probably want to play out... Yeah, that's why I didn't want to put in the Belo Betty. I ended up having to use the 2 down here. This could have been a 7k attack. I should have gone here, here, and the other one. Yeah, they're going to play a Rayleigh. That's what I was thinking. That way you can KO this one. Cool. All right. That's cool. So now I'm like in a lot of trouble. Like, absolutely in a lot of trouble. Like, no matter what I do here, I think I'm like literally losing. As I say that, this Karasu does kind of help out a little bit. Oh, I mean, I could just die next time if I'm not careful. So I think I have to go for it this way and keep the 2k counter man. These are 5, 6, 7. I guess I could have killed this Uta to make sure that I didn't die. Maybe that was the play. Maybe we should have developed this Kuma and kill the Uta to make sure I don't die. Yeah, that was maybe that was a misplay on my part. Because having this Uta on the field could be a problem. But I guess this is going to put the opponent at 2. And the opponent being at 2 could be enough for us to get there. Like, they have to go to 2, right? It's going to depend whether I get a rush here or not. Oh, that's so good. Because, oh, man. Yeah, they're getting everything. And they have a blocker, too. They got everything. All right. No, they got it. They got it. They got it. Good for them. Good for them. Because even if I do this to get rid of their blocker, it doesn't really do anything for us. Yeah, it doesn't do anything for us because the opponent just kills us next turn. I guess I might as well play for my outs. Let's play for my outs here. And just force the opponent to let's force the, like, if I get a trigger blocker, maybe? No, even with the trigger blocker, the YBR kills it. Yeah, the double lucky routes just completely blew us out, right? Yeah. The double lucky routes completely blew us out, and opponent played it a smart way by not attacking with their YBR. In this match, we're going against Mr. Buggy. This is gonna be really bad for them, I think. I'll go first. I'm gonna mulligan because when I go first, I want to see the 5-cost Ivankov, and we get the 5-cost Ivankov, right? So this lets me kind of feel the board, and now we can go Belo Betty, and maybe even like Akuma too. Ooh, we get the 4-cost Ivankov too. But do I want the 4-cost Ivankov, or do I want to just start working up towards like a dragon? I could also go race mats instead of Kuma next turn now. And maybe that ends up being slightly better. Yeah, let's grab the race mats. Because I can just, instead of playing the Kuma next turn, I can now go for a race mats, which I think ends up being slightly better. We go like here. Man, seeing the Karasu now instead of later kind of hurts, but that's fine. We'll go Ivankov here. We'll go for sits. I should have probably grabbed the Karasu, to be honest, though. Now this is gonna be tough for the opponent. Like how are you beating this aggression up? Inazuma, that's not bad. Let's start here first. See what we get. I guess we'll just play this Karasu out. We'll trash the Morley. And we'll go 5, 5, 5, 5s. Don't need these guys to survive, honestly, because I mean, I have enough ways to fill my board up. Yeah, so it was like 3 cards and a life, right? And this is the pressure that Belo Betty puts in. It's so hard for them, and the fact that they didn't find it until so late also sucks for them, to be honest. It really, really sucks for them. It's a nice croc. I would love to have gotten the other... I would love to have gotten Karasu instead. Like, I wonder if I'm supposed to go here. And there it is. We'll go like this. They could... I can't remember how big is Margaret. They actually couldn't remember how big Margaret was. So this is 5, 6. So we're gonna go 6s, right? Because the 6s is forcing a 2k and a 1k. So 6, 6, 7, and 9. And it's just demanding way too many cards for the opponent to ever get there. Like, they're gonna have to go to 1 here. Which is crazy. I mean, sorry, to 0. And then we still have a Karasu plus an Inazuma Russian next turn, so we're still gonna have 3 attacks in the field. Even if the opponent clears this whole board, which we let them do, right? And there's no way for them to get a buggy down here. I could also give them the 2k here if they don't put any down to kill this Ivankov. Like, at this point, we know we're gonna top deck. Okay, so there we go. The opponent plays an Oni? Wait, what? That's an interesting tech. That's a very interesting tech. So this is a way to like cheat out. This is a way to cheat out a 5 cost or greater character for just 2 mana. Or for two non. Which could actually help you get to like the buggy turns easier, right? It still doesn't matter because again the opponent can kill this one. And I still have, but it's still a 0 life, and I still have Inazuma, so I still have 2 attacks. So 3 attacks, including my leader, to just like finish up their life. Unfortunately, my aggression is just way too much. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed today's games of Belo Betty. Really fun deck, really aggressive. So what you want is to just smack your face into the opponent. This is the place to be. This is the place to be because it actually feels really good. I don't even feel like I'm a good Belo Betty player. Like, I wish I could see BlackHoleCole playing this to really understand like his decision-making points, because I feel like I'm still making like really silly mistakes, right? And you kind of saw that in some of the games today, and you're gonna see that in some of the games tomorrow. But this deck just feels so good, right? So good. You're just putting so much pressure. This leader just runs over opponents, and it just feels amazing. So anyways, enough about that. We're going to have one more video with Belo Betty tomorrow. So if you want to keep up to date with that, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post One Piece videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Tom with stream every now and then. And you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.